Home buyer question: is it a good time to invest on a house? Many people dream of owning their own house, and for good reasons too. However, determining your readiness to buy a house depends on a few things. While it's understandable that there are a lot of reasons why people may be afraid of investing on real estate, there are also a few good reasons why it's a good time to invest on real estate properties now, provided that you are financially prepared for it. Let's say that you want to invest on Albuquerque real estate. If you have held a stable job for a while, have set aside a tidy sum for down payment and closing costs, have saved up a comfortable padding in case of emergencies, and are relatively financially stable, it could be a great time to buy a house. Why should you start looking at Albuquerque homes for sale? Of course, there are still some risks involved, but here are a few positive points that you may want to consider and think about when deciding on whether to buy a house or not. 1. Very low interest rates. These days, it may be a bit harder to qualify for a loan, but if you do qualify, you'll be able to enjoy low interest rates. The lower interest rates you get, the lower monthly payments you need to make. It would be easier for you to structure a workable budget, stay within your financial comfort zone, and be able to make the monthly payments. These days are the best times to get low interest rates on housing loans. 2. Mortgage interest deduction. Owning a house gives you certain tax advantages. This particular tax advantage may not be available for a long time, so it's good to take advantage of it now. 3. Building equity. At some point in their life, renting makes sense for people, but there's also a point where paying rent becomes burdensome and feels like throwing money away or paying a debt that doesn't get paid. For people who buy homes, the money that they pay goes towards building equity. It's not a debt that never gets paid, it's like paying money towards full ownership. 4. Affordability. These days, a lot of people are looking to sell their houses. Because there's a lot of inventory, there are also more motivated sellers. These days, you get more bang for your buck because you can either buy a better house for your budget or you can save more money on the house that you want. 5. Freedom. Homeowners are not limited by the things that limit people who rent. They can do what they want on the house, they can take out an equity loan, they can make major changes, they can rent it out, and more. Renters, while not saddled with much responsibility when it comes to maintaining the homes that they are renting, are bound in many ways in terms of what they can do on the property. You can also look at buying a house as building a legacy and getting property that you can leave to the next generation. If you have children, they can grow up here and cultivate a sense of stability instead of moving to different rental homes.